If it is important for you to make 300 crores or whatever in that 1 week and say, I'm the greatest, most saleable filmmaker, then please go ahead and do it. For me, 3 years of my life are far more important than those 300 crores. मुझे ये पता है कि तेरी रीढ़ की हड्डी और बैंक बैलेंस कनेक्टेड है. You see most film, not film people, you see people. वो फ्लॉप हो जाती है ना पिक्चर, तो ऐसा चलते थोड़ी देर. हिट होती है तो ऐसा चलने लगता है. अच्छा, अच्छी पिक्चर होगी तो फ्लॉप होगी तो भी ऐसा चलेगी. अरे अच्छी पिक्चर ऐसे चल, गंदी पिक्चर हिट भी होगी तो ऐसा चल यार, बड़ी बकवास पिक्चर बनाई तूने. बट इट्स नॉट कनेक्टेड विद द क्वालिटी ऑफ द वर्क, विच इज सो सैड. इट्स जस्ट कनेक्टेड विद द बैंक बैलेंस. जब आज नहीं कल मरना है, किस बात से इतना डरना है. चल यार, खुशियों से मिलते हैं. चल यार, वापस जीरो पे चलते हैं.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. What do you mean?
This is very strange, sir.
Guys, this is his first time he's talking.
Absolutely first time, never done
This is Jaskunwar Kohli, the director of Zero Se Restart, who's doing his first ever television or whatever video interview. So be kind to him, please.
And that also, there's no one here. I have to do the talking. It's very, very weird. So, sir, I was thinking
I've
about...
never seen you like this. In the edit room, you're always like a confident bloke. Sir, 2 frame yahan kaat do, 4 frame yahan kaat. This is a new Jaskunwar Kohli I'm seeing.
Very, very new, sir. Not used to this at all.
Vellum boy school, boy. Talking to DAV school. Come on.
मैं सारी education भूल चुका हूँ अभी.
I haven't seen this part of Jas Kohli. This is a new one for me.
This is just a very shy version of me.
Okay.
Sir, I thought we'll start off by talking about this hilarious realization we had on Sunday. Sunday morning हम लोग उठे थे, हमने बात करी थी, and we realized that despite all the communication that we have put out and we thought we were doing a good job with that, किसी को ये समझ नहीं आया सर कि there's a new film called Zero Se Restart that's out on Prime.
That just tells you how bad we are at marketing. Actually, I think we are probably lucky. We are good at making movies, but marketing, we don't know. Really. Yeah, it was really, somebody told me कि अब Zero Se Restart Amazon पे भी आ रही है. नहीं, Zero Se Restart नहीं, 12 Fail. I was like, what are you guys talking about? हाँ, हमने ad देखा सर, अब Amazon में भी आ गई तो. Yeah, so we had to, please. So if anybody is listening, it's a new film. It's not that film.
Yeah, in fact, I spoke to a friend of mine who specializes in this whole thing. And मैं उसको बताया यार ये पूरा confusion हो रहा है, तो how do we resolve it? He said, I'll tell you, but I just need to first understand. After a 30-minute talk, he said कि यार तुम मेरे को ये समझाओ कि what is your purpose of re-releasing the film first of all?
Oh my God.
And I said, bro, what do you mean? I've just spent the whole call telling you कि यार ये लोगों को समझ नहीं आ रहा नई पिक्चर है. तो वो पूछ रहे हैं कि but why are you re-releasing 12th Fail? I'm not getting it. So that's when the shock, I think, hit, and I shared with you कि sir लोगों को पता ही नहीं एक नई पिक्चर आई है.
We have to learn how to market. We really need to learn. We are not good at it.
But despite that, sir, I mean, you have been doing it for a while now, for the last few years. For 12th Fail also, कितना कुछ किया था.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah.
See, I'll tell you what I believe. I believe it is finally the film. It's finally your work. Whether it be Parinda, whether it be Munna, let me tell you. Munna Bhai MBBS, you probably don't know, open to empty theatres. Munna Bhai MBBS is the movie that made me rich. Not because it made me rich, because nobody bought that film. I'll tell you a crazy thing. This is probably a distraction, but it's important to know. I had a distributor from south of India who had bought Munna Bhai for 11 lakhs. Those days they used to come to take delivery. So he came to take delivery just a week before or 4 days before, and he saw the film and he said, "Sir, ये तो एक दिन नहीं चलेगी. ये जो language है मुन्ना भाई का, ये तो बॉम्बे के बाहर कोई नहीं समझेगा." He had already given us 5 lakhs. I said, "Please take it back." He said, "No, sir, you're a great filmmaker. I'll keep it for the next film." I said, "No, take it back." Anyway, bottom line is, I had no distributor for South of India. Okay? I had a friend, Sham Shroff, Bala Shroff, they had a company that was running one cinema. There were cinemas there, And I got one show, 11 o'clock, one morning show in Chennai. One print of Munna Bhai was released in one show in Chennai. Nobody knew the film. Okay? I was selling it for 5 lakhs. My final business from that one center was in 1 crore plus. Nobody went to see the film first day, second day, third. So I believe that if you do good work, which is where I'm anti-market, not anti-marketing, where I don't really care about marketing, because finally people discover. Even 12th Fail started with 30 lakhs, 10 lakhs. It ran for 7 months, Jassi. 7 months.
Crazy, yeah.
In today's time, guys, 7 months. They say 29 weeks. But think of 7 months in cinema. And 2 months after the movie was there, it was already on Hotstar,
Yeah.
OTT platforms, Sony's, everywhere. Yet people went into cinemas. Tell me why. You do good work. Achha, now you can do marketing. There are movies that are releasing now, ever. You see these actors marketing all over. Oh man, this is great film. We have done 100 crores and gross is this much. Half the money is coming from their pocket. Half the money is going from someone. We are doing this. Everybody's saying, and it's all bullshit. You think people don't know? Make a good movie. If you make a bad movie, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's hota hai, humne bhi bad movie. But make a good movie. So I genuinely, that's all I want to say here. That don't worry about these things. People will discover that it's a different film. People will discover that it's now the kind of messages. This morning, my phone is full of messages of a lot of kids from Kashmir. When I sent you that.
Yeah, lovely message. Yeah.
20 bucks for this. So people will come to know.
Yeah.
So I'm not a great believer in marketing, though in today's time I should learn it.
Sir, I mean, Munna Bhai also, when I think about all the films that have been made here, including 12th Fail and now even Zero Se Restart. I mean, how have you had the confidence कि ऐसी film is worth spending 3 years on? Because you also, sir, you're not the kind of person who writes in 4 months, shoots in 2 months, edits in 3 months, and when you start getting invested, आपको पहले से पता होता है कि यार अभी 3 साल तो अगले इसी में लगने वाले हैं. So how is it that you back a project like Munna Bhai or like Zero Se Restart for that matter or 12th Fail? Where does that confidence come from, sir?
I have a simple philosophy. Are 3 years of my life important? Or is making 300 crores in 1 week important? Okay? If it is important for you to make 300 crores or whatever in that 1 week and say, I'm the greatest, most saleable filmmaker, then please go ahead and do it. For me, 3 years of my life are far more important than those 300 crores. Most of these guys who are running after hundreds of 1,000, they can't use all that money in their lifetime. Let me tell you, compared to all of them, I'm a very poor man. But I cannot use all the money I have in my lifetime. I'm 72, Jassi. 82 तो 72 भी जब कोई जाता है तो आदमी कहते हैं यार अच्छा गुड लाइफ. 82 तो बहुत ही हो गया. 92 तो लोग वेट करते हैं कि आप कब जाएगा. So I cannot use all the money in 20-30 years I have. So why should I chase money? I've never chased it. In Parinda, the distributors came to me. We are re-releasing all those films, they're restored now, so some people will see it again. They gave me 10 lakh, okay, to say कि don't kill Anil and Madhuri in the end, please kill Jackie Shroff, because hero heroine को मार देंगे sir, हम मर जाएंगे. And 10 lakh at that time was like 100 crores today. I was poor, I was on the road. I said no, because then the film will say violence pays. I want to say violence destroys, and that is why Jackie, who's Kishan, his brother, Karan will die and Paro will die. Because this is what I want. I didn't take that 10 lakh.
And you got a very funny phone call from a distributor in Punjab.
Yes. Yeah. You remember that?
I just remembered, sir, suddenly.
People will have to see Parinda, please, for that. He called me when Anil and Jackie were Anil and Madhuri were being shot dead. He called me, sir, मर गया, खत्म हो गया, बर्बाद हो गया. मैं क्या यार हालत फर्स्ट शो खत्म नहीं होया, तू क्यों बर्बाद हो गया? कहते सर वो सारे मर गया, माधुरी भी मर गई, अनिल भी मर गया. लोकी कहते टेंशन ना लो यार, ड्रीम सीक्वेंस है. कहना मैंने तो पता है, तुझे सच से मार देता है, मैं तो मर गया. His name was Gurdeep Singh. He's in Canada now. I hope he listens to this. I remember it, Gurdeep. Yeah, sorry, brother. I had to
So
kill
he
that.
survived that ordeal. He's
Yeah,
alive
he-
today.
he's
Yeah.
doing well in
Yeah,
Canada.
yeah. And sir, it just struck me, and despite all these incredible things that have happened in your life and in this company, जब आप 12th fail बना रहे थे after spending what, a year, 2 years writing that script, and you did not want to direct the film at all,
No, no,
right?
no.
You did not want to direct it, so you were like, find some young director, we've written the script, give it to him, he'll do it. Despite all of this things that you have to back you up in all your life,
Yeah.
not a single director ever said yes to directing 12th fail.
You know, they have no vision, Jesse. I think the trouble even with the youth, and I hope some young people listen to this and I can reach them. What has happened with this culture of the social media, Instagram, it's all about how many hits. Everybody's saying how many hits, how many people, Arre, kitna ho gaya? So the whole culture is no longer of striving for joy, of happiness, of something that makes you happy. I got 500 crores weekend, man. Yeah, उसकी चाल ही चेंज हो जाती है यार. 400 करोड़ में वो तो चलने ही अलग लगता है.
You said that thing about read ki haddi is connected
That's right.
to something you had
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
I
that-
don't remember the exact words. Yeah.
Well, I won't name the guy, but this was a guy long time back. Well, he was always very polite. He was a movie producer, always nice. Vinod ji, sir. That day he was like, sir. मैंने कहा तेरी कोई पिक्चर हिट हो गई? अरे सर आप बोलते हैं आपको कुछ पता ही नहीं है, तो पता है सर. हाँ सर हिट हो गई. मैंने कहा नहीं वो नहीं पता है, मुझे ये पता है कि तेरी रीढ़ की हड्डी और बैंक बैलेंस कनेक्टेड है. You see most film people, not film people, you see people. वो फ्लॉप हो जाती है ना पिक्चर, तो ऐसा चलते थोड़ी देर के. हिट होती तो ऐसा चलने लगते. अच्छा अच्छी पिक्चर होगी तो फ्लॉप होगी तो भी ऐसा चलेंगे. अरे अच्छी पिक्चर ऐसे चल, गंदी पिक्चर हिट भी होगी तो ऐसा चल यार, बड़ी बकवास पिक्चर बनाई तूने. But it's not connected with the quality of the work, which is so sad. It's just connected with the bank balance.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, sir, but also I think एक matter of perspective भी था, because what most people don't know, and we've of course spoken about this in Zero Se Restart also, is that there were multiple directors जिन्होंने मना किया picture direct करने से,
Right.
but people within the own crew and even some of us,
Yeah.
when you said you are going to direct the film, we were very, very apprehensive of that part, because it's a film about youth and about UPSC and about this whole universe that you have never ever stepped into. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of backlash, especially from Yogi sir also, if you know. So how did you, sir, I mean, how do you deal with that? How do you...
See, everybody said to me that you're the wrong director for this film. Even I was not sure I'm the right director. The bottom line choice that I make in my life is, will I have a good time making this film? If I'll have a good time, which I did, I'll do it. Because all we have is time. Everything else will stay. This house I own, everything was... You know, the shocking thing is this damn curtain will live more than me. This will go, maybe the flowers will go before us. It's limited time, Jesse. I thought I'll have a good time. I had a great time making 12th Fail. You see Zero Se Restart, and you will know what a great time I had. I had a great time.
Yeah.
So the thing is not about, will this succeed? Am I the right guy? Will I be 1,000 crore guy? No, see, all these stars who get 1,000 crore, they walk like this. Next to them is a guy who had 1,000 crore and there's a zero now. Okay, his film is wrong. You see the body language, yeah? It's so sad that literally their whole self-esteem, everything is connected with some guy saying, oh, we like this movie. Then finally, I also question the quality of the viewers. People who see, let's say, a Chris Nolan movie are not the people who see what our movies are. So if the poor Chris was born in Darbhanga, वो तो मर ही गया था क्रिस नोलन दरभंगा में. उसको कौन समझता है? या किधर भी यार, कश्मीर में उधर भूल जा. वो बेचारा बड़ी बड़ी बात करता कि इंसेप्शन में ऐसा बनाऊंगा, दिमाग में लोग कहते पागल है, एक्शन सीक्वेंस आई नहीं. So that is irrelevant. The relevant thing is, are you having a good time?
And that reminds me, sir, of an incident that people don't know about.
What?
And this is one of the stories we could not put in the film. We tried, but it was not possible to put this story in the film because it was just so dark, which was you actually stopped enjoying 12th fail ka process for a few hours on the second day of shoot. You just, I remember very clearly jo words sir ne kahe the, they were ki, you know what guys, I don't want to put up with this. I just want to go back home to my dogs and sit with them because I am so sad right now. And that was the only time in my life I have seen you this close to actually breaking down.
You know, because the trouble also is that the crew was so mediocre on that day. Now, I can't make a film without a crew. Now, you and me are talking. I don't know how this cameraman has lit this thing, and I don't know how I'm looking. Imagine if it's all black, it's all dark. Nobody can see what I'm saying. And the sound is not working. So I'm just making that. So, how do you feel as a filmmaker? That day, I remember clearly, now this can only happen on a Hindi movie set, that when I went, after taking the shot, I went to check the shot. And guys who know about filmmaking, I'll tell you what happens is we shoot and then I go on a monitor to see, you see zero se restart, you'll know. I go to the monitor and I see. Now I'm seeing the monitor and there is no sound. So I'm asking this guy, hey, where is the sound? He said, nahi sir, isme sound nahi aata. Sound nahi aata? How am I going to direct this film? Because there are directors that guy must have worked with who don't give a damn about sound or shot. ठीक है आगे चलो होगा ऐसा ही होगा
कर लेंगे हाँ.
So then I realized that I'm a miss. Why the hell am I doing it, yeah? So I really, actually, you should make that. What did they call make a reel? रील बोलते हैं ना उसको.
बहुत ही डेंजरस रील है.
नहीं उसको डाल दो.
जो माँ बहन की गालियां देते
हैं. तो माँ बहन को बीप कर दे. नहीं पर रील में तो गाली डाल सकते हैं.
डाल तो सकते.
डाल देना जो हम हैं. अब यहाँ इंटरव्यू में ये कुछ इंडियन एक्सप्रेस को नहीं गाली देंगे लेकिन हम वैसे तो गाली दे सकते हैं यार. छाप दे. वो जरूर लगाना. क्योंकि उस रील में लोगों को पता चलेगा कि यार कितना फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया था मैं कि I wanted to stop 12th fail and come back home, because how do you make a film with a crew that's not efficient? But fortunately, then next day after that gali galoch, everybody was efficient.
You had arrived next morning on set and you had just said कि मैं एक Taylor Swift का गाना सुन के आया हूँ.
That's right.
I'm forgetting the name of the song.
I will tell you, it is like there was a song.
The old Taylor Swift is now dead.
She said, can I speak to somebody? She said, oh, but she's dead. Yeah, she's dead. Yeah, that was the song.
Yeah, and then he said, the old Vinod is dead.
Dead, yeah.
From today, I will just have a happy face.
Yeah.
फिर set पे कोई गलती करता था, and then everybody would freeze कि shit अब पड़ेगी. But he would walk forward and he would say, I will not scream.
Yeah.
Just don't do it again. Just don't do it.
Yeah, correct.
And that also reminds me, sir, हम shoot कर रहे थे film, and this is the story that's of course there in Zero Se Restart as well. How you were using your hyperactive mind state to make 12th fail.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the craziest things, because when you would wake up in the morning and you would sit in your car, your mind would not be on yet. You would be in your very relaxed state. And I'd be sitting behind you, I'd be completely stressed out कि sir आपको scene सुनाना है आज का, आपको मैं बताऊँ scene क्या है, and you would say कि यार रुक पहले मैं नाश्ता करूँ. And then Dhruv would have prepared a lovely breakfast for you, and then you will eat आराम से. पहले आप चाय पियेंगे, फिर आप आराम से नाश्ता करेंगे, and गाड़ी चल रही है location.
That's right.
Location is just 30 minutes.
And I have no idea what that
You have no idea what we are shooting today.
That's right.
The whole crew is over there, they are waiting, they are ready, and आप चल रहे हैं, and then आप नाश्ता खत्म करते हैं, फिर मैं कहता हूँ सर अब आपको सीन सुना और रुक क्या पहले एक चाय पीऊंगा. फिर आप चाय पीते हैं and we are 10 minutes away from the location. फिर आप बोलते हैं कि अच्छा मेरे को बता सीन क्या है. मैं बोलता हूँ सर आज सीन हम ये शूट कर रहे हैं कि श्रद्धा का इंट्रोडक्शन सीन है और वो आ रही है A to Z कोचिंग में, और आप कहते हो अच्छा इसके पहले क्या हुआ है. Then I would tell you सर इसके पहले पिक्चर में ये हुआ है. बोलता है अच्छा और इसके बाद क्या होता है. इसके बाद ये होता है. नहीं रियली. मैं बोला हाँ सर रियली सर. बोलते तो इंटरेस्टिंग पिक्चर लग रही है यार सुनने में, ये हमने लिखी है. बोला हाँ सर हमने लिखी है सर पिछले 2 साल में. यू लाइक वाह चल ठीक है अब मैं कॉन्टेक्स्ट समझ गया हूँ क्या सीन है, तो अब तुम मेरे को सीन पढ़ के सुना. एंड देन I think somewhere in that moment is when you would switch on your hyperactive mind. And then I would read the scene out to you. And just every once in a while, despite you not remembering the scene at all, every once in a while I would make a mistake in my narration. Sometimes I would narrate from my memory. I would once in a while make a mistake in my narration and you would say, really, is that the line? I said, yes sir. You're like, you're sure? I'm like, yes sir, I'm absolutely sure sir. check कर. And then I would open the paper and actually I was
Really?
speaking two words wrong.
Oh my God.
Because आपको gut level पे पता था this doesn't sound right.
Correct.
And then in that hyperactive mind state,
Yeah.
I would read the scene to you and you would say, okay, my first shot will be this and second shot will be this, उनको बता दे. And 5 minutes before we reach, I will communicate that to Kunal Narula, our first AD. And he would keep the first shot ready when we reached. And then you would think of the rest as we went along.
Yeah.
I just find that really, really fascinating. That a film that began with you not knowing what to do when you went to that location on day one and सब कुछ उल्टा पुल्टा था वहाँ पे, was eventually made like this, where you just gave in to the fact कि यार I don't want to plan what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So why, sir? Why did you not want to plan?
See, this was a different film. It's like, when I made, let's say, Parinda or Khamosh, that again we will re-release, which not many people have. Like Parinda, it was planned because it was a dramatic thriller, So I planned it. 1942, a love story, all those songs. Sanjay Bansali was my assistant. Then he used to do the songs. I used to, So everything is planned. क्यों नए लग रहे हैं ये धरती गगन, the yellow, Manisha Dubatta is flying, there's one crow flying, so all that is planned. In this film, my idea was, because it's a real story, that this is something that has actually happened, I didn't want to plan at all. I wanted to capture reality as it is that morning when I go to shoot. So a lot of things I did actually, as when people will see Zero Series start on Amazon and I'm selling, please see it, you will know what I'm saying, because I just didn't plan. Taking the shots, in actually moving the camera, in directing the actors, all that becomes like real.
Yeah.
It's like one of the shots, if you remember, when the mother is putting oil in the Vikrant's head, and she's lying कि I'm doing very well, ये तू चिंता मत कर. वो up to a point ही था scene, जब वो उसको कहते हैं कि माँ कब तक झूठ बोलेगी मुड़ के. But I didn't cut the scene because I realized that there was some magic that was still to happen. The actors kept performing, didn't know what to do. Finally, the mother broke down. And it's such a magical moment.
Yeah.
It wasn't planned, as you know.
Yeah.
I didn't write it.
Yeah.
Nobody wrote, mother will break down. The cut was, he says, कि तू कब तक झूठ बोलेगी, cut.
Yeah.
But because I held that shot, and she didn't know what to do, she's used to the director saying, cut, next shot, she just broke down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the son hugs her, and this is one of my most favorite moments in the film. Because also the sky is real, the blue sky outside in Chambal was going slightly darker. That whole scene is shot in a single shot.
Yeah.
For people, most people won't understand, but people who know cinema will. That you can literally see that blue behind going from bright blue to darker blue and black through that single shot.
Yeah.
So why she broke down? Because it was spontaneous.
Yeah. And speaking of spontaneity, sir, इसी के थोड़ा सा आगे अगर हम cut forward करें in the shoot of the film, and this is the story that's there in Zero Se Restart again, that spontaneity sometimes extended to beyond just a single moment in a scene. It extended to whole scenes being conceptualized on location. Just because you said कि तैयार रहो कुछ भी हो सकता है, just be open to whatever might happen. Don't be stuck in what's in your head.
Yeah.
We have two whole scenes that were never there in the script that you conceived purely on location.
Really? Which
Yes. The first one, sir, was जब वो मनोज का बैग चोरी हो जाता है भोजनालय पे, and then he gets no PCS cancel हो गए, फिर वो उसका जब बेसिकली रात को वो बैठा है, वो कोचिंग के पहले जब बैठा है before the PCS scene,
Correct.
He's sitting there and he has a nightmare.
Yeah,
He has a nightmare,
yeah.
and that scene only happened because वो सेट पे लोग बार-बार कैमरा में देख रहे थे, कैमरा में देखी जा रहे थे. तो पहले वो स्कूल में बच्चे कैमरा में देख रहे थे, and we had to deal with that. Then these extras who background artists were looking into camera, and then you just randomly came in and said, कुणाल को बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रही थी कि यार ये लोग कैमरा में देखने, and you said कि तू देखने दे. बोलते सर लेकिन आप क्या बात करें, नहीं तू देखने दे कैमरा में. क्यों सर? बोलते अरे मैं नाइटमेयर सीक्वेंस करूंगा. बोलते सर क्या? अरे नाइटमेयर, उसका नाइटमेयर है यार, ये सब चल रहा है, ये इनको बोल मोरेना चौरा, इनको बोल कि मोरेना जोरा बिलगांव चिल्ला देंगे बस, और मैं नाइटमेयर कट करूंगा. और सर हम में से किसी को समझ नहीं आया.
The exact line I told him, that this is your nightmare, that they are looking into the camera. let's convert it into Manoj's nightmare.
Yeah, wow.
And let them look into the camera and let that be the nightmare. So the nightmare of the first AD became the nightmare of the protagonist of the film.
Sir, I did not know this part.
Yeah.
I think I know almost everything that happened, but I did not know
I
about
thought
this
you didn't know that.
conversation. No,
That's the whole idea, no? It's like we are having a good moment talking to each other. It's a great moment. I mean, I wish I could share it. It's the same. It was the same thing there. It was like a nightmare happening there, and I used my protagonist to actually convey that nightmare. Yeah.
Wow, क्या बात है, क्रेजी सर. और एक और कहानी जो लोगों को बिल्कुल नहीं पता, ये तो हम पिक्चर में डाल भी नहीं पाए जीरो से रीस्टार्ट में, बिकॉज आई थिंक सिंपली बिकॉज इट्स नॉट द फिल्म दैट वी वर मेकिंग, इज दैट होल सेट जो एंड में वो मनोज इंटरव्यू रूम में जाता है इंटरव्यू देने के लिए. अब we wanted to be as authentic as possible, right? So we tried our best. You tried so hard to try and shoot in the real Dholpur house.
That's
because there are thousands of exam centers जहाँ prelims और mains होता है, but interview सिर्फ एक बिल्डिंग में होता है पूरी कंट्री में, and we wanted कि हम वहीं पे shoot करें, but we tried, and I remember exactly why the gentleman did not give us the location finally, and he told you कि sir, you know, आप कुछ अच्छा ही करेंगे, you will use this location really well, but if I open up to films being shot here with you, then tomorrow I can't say no to someone who's making a bad film.
I remember.
And it will destroy the sanctity of the place. So we decided कि अब हम we'll just shoot in some other location. And then last minute something hit you, something happened, and you said नहीं यार मैं set बनाऊंगा. And you recreated the entire set of Dholpur house. So real. Prashant Bidkar ने वो बनाया था. You asked him, तू बना सकता है set?
That's right.
He said, हाँ sir मैं बना दूंगा. You sent him back 15 days before. He went and he made the entire set.
Actually, that also you should make into a reel.
So Puneet has been trying to make that reel.
No, you should, because see, I'll tell you why I did that. Now, the important thing that you missed is that decision cost us like almost 10 crores.
I mean, I don't know what the money is, sir.
Hell of a lot of money, because we cancelled Delhi, we made a set in Bombay, we came to Bombay, and the set itself was 3-4 crores, 5 crores, and the whole thing was. The only reason I took that call was I said, when all the IAS officers, all the IPS officers, all the officers will see this film, till there they will feel it's absolutely real. And when I will show Bikaner house instead of Dholpur house, which was the location we were going to shoot in, they'll say, "Arey ye to bakwaas, nakli hai ye." Aisa thodi hota hai. So the whole effort that we put over 3 years writing this film to make it so real will completely fall through because the damn Dholpur house is not there.
Yeah.
And that was the driving force for me. And of course, Yogesh, my producer, as you know, said that this is the craziest decision. How can you do that? It's 10 crores over budget. But I'm so happy that I took that call. Again, we go back to why I took that call. Because, of course, I lost 10 crores. So I could have lost all that money. But it made me so happy. This is all I want to say in this conversation. And if people who are listening to this can just take this one little thing home, that I put 10 crores on that set. I actually lost all that money, and if the film didn't work, I would still lose. But anyway, I lost that. I could have made that extra profit. Why? Because it makes me so happy. So this is what I'm saying, Jasi, to you and to all the people who are listening to this, that please remember you're here for limited time. Do things that make you happy. Don't make movies that don't make you happy but make a lot of money, and don't project falsely यार कि पिक्चर ने 10 करोड़ किया, हम कहते 100 करोड़ कर लिए, 50 करोड़ किया, 30 करोड़ किया. अच्छा, पिक्चर को छापते जाते वो क्या बता रहे, रीलें बना के हर जगह. Everybody is doing that. So it's, why are you doing this? Is it making you happy? I don't think so. I think when you're alone in your shower, nude, having a shower, you know you're bullshitting to the world, but you cannot bullshit to yourself. So the idea of zero se restart, again, I'm not giving a lecture, I'm not some Swami giving a lecture, but I'm saying in the movie zero se restart, that is the idea.
चल वापस जीरो पे चलते हैं.
चल वापस, बहुत important poem है. अब let me, I hope I remember it. It says, चल वापस जीरो पे चलते हैं. चल यार खुद से फिर मिलते हैं. तू हंस के जी या रो के जी. तू हंस के जी या रो के जी, एक उम्र तो तुझको जीना है. जो झूठ के पीछे भागे तू, हर मोड़ पे झूठ को सहना है। जब आज नहीं कल मरना है, किस बात से इतना डरना है। चल खुशियों से मिलते हैं, चल यार वापस जीरो पे चलते हैं। चल सच की डगर चलते हैं, चल अपने बचपन से मिलते हैं। चल सच की डगर चलते हैं, चल अपने बचपन से मिलते हैं। दिल खोल के सीटी मारेंगे, यारों को गले लगा लेंगे। जो बचा खुचा है टिफिन में, मिलजुल कर सारे खा लेंगे। जब आज नहीं कल मरना है, किस बात से इतना डरना है। चल चल यार खुशियों से मिलते हैं, चल यार वापस जीरो पे चलते हैं। सी दिस इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। ये जो वैल्यूज विद विच आई ग्रू अप, I was born in 1952. In 50s and 60s, those values, to me, even today, I miss. I want to. This is the song. This is the whole idea. This is what Zero Se Restart is all about. Okay, I think we've talked enough. No?
आपने बोला कि you spent all that money to make that set, and you had not sold the film to OTT yet.
No.
You had not had any deal. You were putting all your bets on a theatrical release of a film that did not have a star, did not have any action scenes, did not have any nudity or item numbers, nothing. There was nothing in the film that could be used to really sell the film except the story and character. So, sir, why did you not have a deal with an OTT platform before you put the film out?
See, because then there are pressures on you. Let me tell you, if I was not the producer, if there was any other producer, there was no way they'd give me 10 crores to put the set of Dholpur House. For one scene, in the one room, and there's one corridor, and there's another room in which he's waiting. So basically, there are 2 rooms and 1 corridor. Who will give you 10 crores?
वो इंटरव्यू रूम तो कहीं भी लगा सकते थे सर. हाँ.
And the pressures. See, if your joy is to be happy and make great cinema, but the joy of the financier, the guy putting money, is to make more money out of you. So then your joys are not the same. And that's miserable. It's terrible to have somebody in the room with me whose only thing is कि इस picture में मैं पैसे कितने बनाऊंगा. That's why I never sell. I don't pre-sell. I make my film with my money. I pay people only if the film works, as you know. If it doesn't work, okay, everybody's put in their bit. And so the budgets are in control, and it's my money. I'm Zero Se Restart. If nobody sees, it doesn't matter. I'm in 12th fail. If people didn't go to see it, it's okay. I'd still be alive. I'd be very happy.
And is that the same thought behind also picking people like Vikrant, or like Medha, or Anant Vijay Joshi, or Anshuman Pushkar, or Geeta Agarwal, who played his mother, or Ramveer, all these people who you found from here and there. Ayush also found from all over. I mean, these are not people who we are generally used to seeing in big films, you know. So how do you tell yourself that this is the right way to go, despite knowing the challenges you will face going ahead?
See, it's like years back I made Parinita. There were some big heroines who wanted to play the role, but I took a new girl. Vidya Balan was a girl from Chembur. Nobody knew her. I did many tests with her, but absolute new girl, because that is how I saw Parinita. You'd be surprised, even when I made Parinda, Madhuri was a new girl. She'd hardly done anything. So what happens, particularly in 12th fail, because it's so real. It's like when you see Manoj and Shraddha, you see Shraddha. Imagine instead of, if Shraddha was a big Hindi film heroine, you'd never see Shraddha. You'd see that actress. So it really depends on the film that you make. And also the tragedy is that they're not actors anymore. They become wheeler dealers. How much money will I get? What will I do? What will I sell? Who's my brand? What is it? They have completely lost it. Even good actors who were good actors are now no longer that good. And I say it with pain. It's for my own selfish reasons. Because it makes me happy. So I'm not even passing a value judgment here. I'm saying it makes me happy.
And you somehow do the same thing, sir, जो आपने actors के साथ किया. You do it with your crew also. You tend to work with people who for some reason are people who've not done that before. You tend to pick people who are completely new in this field and who don't have 10 films to back them up. And then you work on them and you work with them and you mold them into something more and you help them reach their potential. Despite that being a much tougher thing for you to do, why is it that you choose to work with new people, sir?
There is more purity. There's less corruption. Many people who assisted me who have become great filmmakers today, when I meet them, I see when they worked with me then, there was a certain purity. See, youth has purity. And unfortunately, even people I put in my film as new people in one movie, if that succeeds, they don't remain the same person. And I worked with so many people and I've seen them change. And it's not it's like Mission Kashmir was Ritik's first film, Vidya Balan's first film, Baman Irani's first film. There's a whole list. I don't know how many. But as they become successful, and all of them, this is not an individual thing. So I like purity. I like people striving. So that's why I like young people who are nobodies. Because when they become somebody, then they are not the same people. That's, that would be my worry for you. You've just had this release and people are saying, oh, you're a good director. Now see what a nice guy you are. I don't know whether you'll remain like this a couple years down the line.
We'll cut to a few years later.
We'll see.
And see.
We'll see.
Sir, do you remember हम जब Day 1 मुखर्जी नगर गए थे? मुखर्जी नगर में हमने शूट स्टार्ट किया था. कुणाल हमारे फर्स्ट एडी ने पूरा डेडली प्लानिंग किया था कि सर बाहर की सड़कें अनप्रेडिक्टेबल है, पता नहीं क्या होगा, तो हम इंडोर शूट से शुरू करते हैं.
That's right.
एंड इट्स सीन जब पहली रात वो फ्लैट में हम हैं और वो मनोज बालकनी पे खड़ा होकर बस बाहर देख रहे हैं कि मैं कहाँ आ गया. Do you remember, sir, what happened that day? You had this whole thought, even when you cast Vikrant sir. हम रेकी के लिए आए थे वहाँ मुखर्जी नगर. This is when you were still deciding कि मुखर्जी नगर में शूट करना है या मैं सेट बनाऊँ, कि मैं क्यों जाऊँ इतना दूर.
That's right. I was very lazy.
I've been making films for 45 years. I'm tired now. I want to sit in an AC
50
room.
now.
50 years now. And I want to sit in an AC room. I want to chill. I want to direct. And you guys do all the hard work.
Yeah.
And then Yogesh sir forced you to come to Mukherjee Nagar to just feel the vibe of the place once. And you had come to Mukherjee Nagar and you had walked into one of the coaching centers and you had seen very clearly kids sitting there and their parents sitting there.
Right.
And you said कि आपको उन सब की आंखों में वही उम्मीद दिखाई दी. A hope that maybe their kid will one day become an IPS.
No. This is a very specific memory why I decided to shoot in Mukherjee Nagar and take. Yes. I went into a thing, Jassi, and I remember there was a woman, middle-aged woman, holding the hand of her son. And body language ये था कि माँ की आँख पे ना मैं ऐसा करके ऐसे था. उम्मीद मतलब पूरा कि कुछ तो अब लाइफ चेंज होने वाली. और जो बच्चा था वो तो ऐसा बैठा. And that body language for me was fucking crazy because I said, shit. She already has sold her land or jewelry or whatever to make her son IAS. So in her dreams, in her eyes, it's done. Because she sold her jewelry, her whatever land, and she's put that money into the coaching class for the son to become IAS because that's the future. And she can see that. Yeah. But the son is sitting there literally shitting in his pants that, oh shit, this is, what do I do now? So for me, that magic that I saw, and I remember that so clearly, that's when I said,
we are going to shoot here.
Yeah, because you can't. It's that land.
Yeah. And Yogesh sir wanted you to shoot there, but when you said कि हाँ मैं यहीं पे shoot करूँगा, then he got terrified. ये हम कैसे करने वाले?
सबकी फट गई थी.
Yeah. And you said कि यार अब तू मुझे यहाँ पे लेके आया है, अब यहाँ पे जितने भी ये हजारों बच्चे हमें यहाँ जहाँ मिल रहे हैं, जो ये रियल लोग हैं, इनकी आंखों में जो इमोशन है वो तेरे बैकग्राउंड एक्स्ट्रास में कैसे आएगा,
नहीं आएगा,
बैकग्राउंड आर्टिस्ट में कैसे कभी लेके आएगा.
Correct,
सो आई वांट टू शूट हियर. And of course, Vikas sir played a huge role in helping us
Yes,
do that over there,
absolutely.
his whole team. And when we went to shoot, हमने आपको एक चीज़ बोली थी कि सर ये सब ठीक है, आप रियल लोकेशन पे शूट करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन सर आप विक्रांत मैसी को यहाँ लेके आएंगे, उसको लोग जानते हैं, ये वो एंड आपने हमें मीटिंग में हमने सब आप बहुत कन्विंस किया आपको सर. हमने बहुत बोला कि सर प्लीज़ सर, मतलब आप थोड़ा सोचिए, ये वो एंड यू सेड अरे यार कोई नहीं पहचानने वाला विक्रांत मैसी को.
I like the way you copy me. You really make me look like those guys who knows anything. But I genuinely, because I had seen nothing of Vikrant. I had just seen a little bit of, I had seen that Death in the Ganj long time back, which I thought he was very good at. Then I tried to see some of his work, which I didn't see most of it, but I knew his potential. Then I met him and I knew that he's absolutely, he will do what this role demands, and I was convinced. But I was also convinced nobody knows him.
Yeah.
So I was like shocked.
So little bit context, हम day 1 वहाँ पे शूट करने गए एंड वहाँ पे हमारे हम ऊपर थे, फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे थे, बट बालकनी के बाहर नीचे एटलीस्ट 5,000 लोग, 5,000 यूपीएससी स्टूडेंट्स, बिकॉज मुखर्जी नगर में कभी फिल्म शूट नहीं हुई थी. सब वो बाहर पहुंच गए और वो चिल्ला रहे हैं, जस्ट शाउटिंग फॉर विक्रांत मैसी.
Yeah. That was crazy for me. I couldn't believe that this guy was a star.
And then you told him कि यार तू तो यार स्टार निकला है, तूने तो हमारी बजवा दी. And we actually replanned our whole shooting schedule. We replanned our whole shooting schedule ground up to actually be able to then go outside only once. कि हम एक ही बार बाहर लोकेशन पे जाएंगे और एक ही बारी में हमें सारे सीन शूट करने हैं. And that's why we ended up shooting Mukherjee Nagar as the only thing in the film which was shot non-linear. Everything else you were very
linear,
particular.
yes.
Starting से लेके end तक for actors' performance.
Yeah. We had to do that.
Yeah, and one of the people, sir, who went through a little bit of a hard time because of that. There were 2 people who went through a hard time because of that. One was, of course, Meda, who had big problems.
Yes.
And the other one was Gauri Bhaiya.
Yes, I remember.
So restart टी स्टॉल पे हम शूट कर रहे हैं, and suddenly he has to do his big speech. And he got completely shaken up.
I know.
And I remember, sir, it was a long story even behind that. Because Gauri Bhaiya was going through something himself, which I think, would you like to share? What was that one Zoom call that you had with Gauri Bhaiya?
See, it was quite a dramatic thing. His mother was not well. And then in the shoot, I realized he was completely distracted. He couldn't concentrate at all. So I asked him. Now, this is the job. When you direct, please remember this. I figured out iska kuch problem hai. So I told him, and he said that there was a problem at home, and then there was this person he really liked, and the father didn't like, and there was a whole personal story there. And I realized that till he gets over that, he can't act. So I actually got on a phone with his family and said nice things about him, and I sent him home for 2 days. I said, just go. Now that's a crazy thing to do in the middle of the shoot. But what it did, it took the pressure off him. He went 2 days to the village, met the people he had to meet, then he came back and he was a different man.
He was transformed. And you broke one of your big rules to do that, sir. आपका रूल है कि एक बार कोई मेरे सेट पे आ गया है, especially actors, they are not allowed to go anywhere.
Just because I realized this is one thing that the directors, any director, potential director, you have to treat actor like, you're conveying through him. He's your tool. And if that tool is defective emotionally, that tool cannot communicate. It is your job to set that emotions of that tool right, which is crazy. So I sent him home and he came happy. And then he did that speech in like amazing, as you know. When he says कि हाँ तुम कैसे बन सकते थे, हम भेड़ बकरियों की तरह आते हैं यहाँ पर.
एंड रीस्टार्ट टी स्टॉल से सर मेरे को ये भी याद है कि रीस्टार्ट टी स्टॉल का जो बोर्ड है, वो बोर्ड के कुछ प्रशांत को 150 वर्जन्स बनाने पड़े थे.
Correct.
Because you kept telling him कि यार ये restart जो तूने board and he just wrote restart T-stall
That's right.
and presented to you. And I remember very clearly you said कि यार ये तो ऐसा लगता है कि ये बोर्ड बना बनाया उसने किसी से लिया.
That's right.
ये ऐसा नहीं लगता कि इन लोगों ने बैठ के रात को खुद बनाया.
Correct. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you made him make 150 versions of the board, which is fine, which is just a very normal thing for you. That's a very normal thing for you. But sir, what was abnormal and what was downright something which was just screwing the heads of all of us was that you made us look at 150 atta chakkis.
Oh, that was crazy.
Just a simple आटा चक्की आपने स्क्रिप्ट में लिखा था. इंटीरियर आटा चक्की, मनोज's father walks in, श्रद्धा walks in. सर तो थोड़ा सा आप हमें बताएंगे कि आपको हमने मतलब 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 आटा चक्कियाँ दिखाई, आप क्यों बार बार मना कर रहे थे?
See, what happened was, it's crazy, and you have, by the way, done a damn good job, and I want to say it on record, of editing that sequence. Because you've actually captured as editor director the emotion that I was going through on film, which is not an easy thing, Jesse. You're a very talented young man, and don't up.
Thank you.
It will come to you from all sides, but just resist as long as you can. That's all I have to tell you. I said this to many young directors who are now very famous and up there, but just remember, because the way you cut it, and the idea of that is so strange that I'm looking for an atta chakki. You guys are showing me atta chakki, and I'm not liking any. Why I'm not liking, I don't know.
We even asked you, sir. एक दिन हमने पूछा कि सर आप इनमें से कोई select कर लीजिए. So why is it that you're not liking it? And you just said, listen.
I didn't know. What is it in that atta chakki that's not okay? And finally, the crazy thing is, and when you see the film, and hopefully you will know, I walked into just a bloody room.
Yeah.
Which was a storage room.
Yeah. That's not, we were not supposed to go there.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं, किसी का घर था वो.
किसी का घर था वो. आपने बोला दरवाजा
खोल दो, दरवाजा खुलवा दो.
कैसे मना करे तो.
और घुस गया उसके घर के अंदर के छोटे से कमरे में.
Yeah.
अब स्टोरेज रूम था, इतना सा रूम था.
Yeah.
And I said, we found our atta chakki.
Yeah.
And then I realized that what was I looking for?
Yeah. By the way, sir, none of us got at that time what you were saying. None of us understood what is it that आप ये क्या बोल रहे हैं. पहले तो आप किसी के घर में घुस रहे हैं. आपको हम कैसे समझाएं कि सर ऐसे किसी के घर में नहीं घुसना चाहिए सर. आप एक तो अंदर घुस गए, फिर वो छोटे से कमरे में पूरे हम कंजस्टेड सब खड़े और आप बोल रहे हैं यही है आटा चक्की, यही है आटा चक्की. और हम लोग बोल रहे हैं सर ये एक सेकंड सर.
The way you bloody enact Vinod Chopra is like I'm a madman. यही है आटा चक्की. ऐसा नहीं करता हूँ यार मैं, यही आटा चक्की.
Sir, I think it was much more than that actually, because it was a tiny room and you were like, guys, we found our atta chakki, we found it. And we were just so confused कि यार एक सेकंड यार सर हमने आपको दिखाई है आटा चक्कियाँ. एक तो पहली बात सर ये आटा चक्की नहीं, ये एक स्टोर रूम है सर. And you kept saying, no, this is it. So, sir, I just want to share with you, sir, just to interrupt that. At least I was not understanding anything you were saying in that entire duration.
Yeah.
Even when on that location, 24 shots became one, or at the Atta Chakki place, I had no idea what you were talking about.
Yeah.
It is because I went through the whole journey with you, edited the film with you, and saw the final product, and then I happened to revisit all this footage जो BTS में था, which was some 18,000 minutes, is when I saw the same moments from a new perspective.
Right.
I grew up in this time period. I was a kid back then who was too stuck up with my own ideas of how things should be.
Yeah.
And so I was never really paying attention to what is it that you are saying and doing.
Right.
And I was just thinking, ye kya hai? But when I saw the film finally, what you had in your mind, that none of us could see, and then I saw the footage, the BTS footage, and then everything you said made sense to me.
Right.
That is when I understood कि आप क्या कह रहे हो कि यार तुम लोग आटा चक्की ढूंढ रहे हो, मेरे को आटा चक्की नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को तो एक नरक चाहिए.
That's right.
वो कहते हैं डायलॉग में कहता है कि बाहर के अंधेरे से नहीं अंदर के अंधेरे से डरे. जब तक वो बाहर का अंधेरा सच्ची में अंधेरा नहीं है, how can I give an okay to any of the atta chakkis you're showing?
Correct. Absolutely right.
That was like a transformative experience, sir, for me.
No, but you know the point is, see, like you mentioned, seeing so much footage. Now, most people probably don't know this, and it's important for them to know that Zero Se Restart was never supposed to be a movie. It's not shot. You may, when you see it, you'll say, this is what a movie. It's not a movie. how many, 16 or 18 people have shot this, right? With various cameras.
Yeah, 14 people over 3 years
Have shot this with various cameras.
iPhone, GoPro,
जो भी
DSLR,
phone, GoPro.
yeah.
So they shot it. Actually, how it became a movie is very interesting. That he showed me little bit of something, and I told him कि यार आजकल ये सोशल मीडिया में रीले वीले डालते हैं, तो ये बना दे, बहुत अच्छा रील है. तो इसने कुछ बनाई, and then I really liked it, and then I said, यार let's do more. And actually, we spent 1 year editing that film that you will see. And 1 year, how much footage became how much footage?
So it was a completely unplanned film, and this is something we calculated later when we were done with the film. हमारे पास 3 साल का footage था, उसमें से 50 घंटे सिर्फ Zoom calls थी during COVID, क्योंकि during COVID we had no way of working together. So we used to talk on Zoom calls and record those Zoom calls so we could revisit it later. That's one example of footage that we had. So in total, we had 360 plus hours or around 19,000 minutes of raw footage from 14 different camera sources, which we cut down to 85 minutes. 85 out of, I'm also like working on believing that somehow we managed to find 85 out of 19,000 minutes to turn it into a film, which is roughly 0.0045% of all footage that was used to make this film entirely on the edit.
Yeah, which is for me an editing miracle.
Yeah.
And as I've said to you before, I'm a good editor. I've done some great editing with Renu, with Raju Irani, with everyone. But this is probably the best edited film of my life, because it's so amazing that a film that was never supposed to be there is now a film. And even every day, and this morning I got like 20 messages from kids all over India saying, here is $20, here is $20. So people are understanding. So they're getting the idea of, and it makes me very happy, and I feel very fulfilled that the purpose of this movie that we spent a year making is finally, thanks to Amazon putting it on Amazon Prime, that it's serving its function.
Yeah. And sir, कोई believe नहीं करता है, मेरे माँ बाप भी believe नहीं करते हैं कि ये film was not planned from the word go. They all think कि यार ये तो of course you had a script, because there is clearly a climax, there's clearly a narrative, there's clearly a
climax. तो was crazy though. IFA में Annu was going, I was not going.
Yeah.
मैं तो गई नहीं, मैं जाता नहीं हूँ. Because she was going, and because it was in Abu Dhabi and it was a छुट्टी, I said चल यार मैं 2 दिन की छुट्टी में जाता.
And you wanted to break from zero से restart का edit.
From the edit, I took a break. Now this is crazy for people who will see this film. That wasn't planned. I mean, I was so sick and tired of editing, and she was saying, I'm going to Abu Dhabi for, I said, shit, I'll also want to go Abu Dhabi. So that's how I went to Abu Dhabi. They didn't know. I mean, Bhushan Kumar kept calling me saying, are you coming? Are you coming? I said, nahi yaar, main kithe Abu kut. Then finally I got so tired of this edit, so I went. And that's where we found our climax.
Yeah. Crazy.
Think about it.
Yeah. मतलब उसके बिना पता नहीं picture कैसे end
तो सोच.
Yeah.
I mean, people who see this film, and if they see the whole film and they see the climax, guys, I just went by fluke.
Yeah.
If my wife had not gone, there was no way in hell I would go, frankly.
Yeah. And IFA पे एक और चीज हुई थी सर.
Yeah.
You were on stage and you had done your whole thing, okay, and you had left the stage, okay, and Karan Johar sir had moved on to the next segment when you suddenly walked back in and stopped everything.
Really?
Yes, you
Why?
stopped everything because you came back to say something very important. You came back to say, before I leave you all, I just want to say that, before me, there were 5 directors who rejected directing this film.
That's right.
And when I decided to direct, you said, nobody wanted me to direct. And the point is, sir, आप बहुत एक pure feeling वापस लेके आए थे. You wanted to tell the world to never ever give up.
That's right.
Never ever give up. This was something that
completely my
happened.
Exact words were never ever up.
Yes.
Is that what I said?
Yes. And
I was told I'm going to be arrested because you can't use bad language in Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
And my wife was very worried that night.
Sir, उन्होंने अपना सर झुका लिया था ऐसे. वो ऐसे हो गए थे कि oh my God, even here this guy is not able to control himself.
Yeah. I said never ever. Is that?
Yeah. And that happened to become the very last shot of our film.
There.
Which was complete
fluke.
Yeah.
Complete fluke. We have to thank Annu for taking it.
Yeah.
And we have to thank IFA for giving us the footage and, hosting me. I called them, Andre. I said, the only thing I want is to give me a good room.
Yeah.
If the room is bad,
Yeah.
so I got a very good room, nice view. So, and we got our climax.
Yeah.
Just by fluke. That's how the whole film is done, actually.
Yeah.
The whole film is just like that.
Yeah.
Unplanned.
Yeah.
Like life. It's unplanned.
Yeah. Completely unplanned, sir. And in fact, even अभी just मेरे को याद आया सर कि जो हमारी फिल्म का जो जीरो से रीस्टार्ट का साउंड ट्रैक भी है वो ऐसे कि you guys were all together, you, Swanand sir and Shantanu sir were all together making the song Zero Se Restart here on the third floor.
Yeah.
And you had told Swanand sir कि यार you go, I need some new lines over here. तो तू जा अंदर, तू लिख के ला, तब तक हम लोग यहाँ वेट करते हैं. तो he had gone there and Shantanu sir was just strumming on his guitar.
Right.
Just this tune. Tan 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 tan. Tan, 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 tan. And you said, just ये record कर, ऐसी बस record कर. So that became our soundtrack.
Unbelievable.
In the film. That became the soundtrack of huge chunk of our film.
Yeah.
So this whole thing has just been done like that.
Yeah.
And I have to say thank you to you for public record for one very important thing, sir. Which is कि first of all, you let us keep spending more time on this film. You kept giving us an extra month, which is great. But सर मतलब बहुत बार मैं तो भटक के कहीं और ही जा रहा था. I kept going somewhere else. I kept doing whatever I thought was right. But sir, I want to just officially thank you for being my consulting editor.
You're rubbing it in.
No,
I'm not the director. I'm not the editor.
I want to thank you, sir, because
I know.
Yeah, because
he wants you guys to know I'm just a consulting guy now. Okay, I'm available for consultation. If anybody needs me, bro, I'm available.
Yes,
I can be a consulting editor director on your next hit film.
I highly encourage anyone who is watching this, 1 people or 10 people, अगर आपके पास कोई पिक्चर है, आपने स्क्रिप्ट लिखी, एडिट लिखी, आप प्लीज सर के पास लेके आओ और सर को उस पे गालियां देने दो तुम. Let him abuse the hell out of you कि ये तूने क्या लिखा है, sir, because once you just hear beyond the galis, I think sir आपका insight इतना invaluable होता है, because otherwise this film would have been some random senseless thing. So I want to officially thank you for being my consulting
and you have
director.
Now my future is all set. I'll be 100 years old and some young kid will come and say, I'm consulting editor director for you.
Yeah.
I'll say,
Yeah. सर सुनने में आया कि आप भी एक बार बच्चे थे सर.
ऐसा सुनने में आया,
जैसे अभी हम लोग हैं.
सुनने में आया सर.
सुनने में आया सर. मेरे को तो बचपन में सर
When I went to the film institute, I didn't know English. I come from Kashmir, so it was Urdu medium. So मैं जब गया तो रैगिंग में पूछे किसने who's, I still remember, who's Ingmar Bergman. बहुत मैंने सोचा, मैंने कहा फिलोसफर. और होता ही नहीं था यार. फिर मुझे किसी ने पूछा, अच्छा फिलोसफर एंड सिगमंड फ्रॉइड. बहुत सोचा मैंने बोला जर्मन फिल्म मेकर, कोई नाम. अरे मेरी इतनी रैगिंग की उसने. साउथ इंडियन था वो, 2 साउथ इंडियन थे, बहुत रैगिंग की. मुझे बड़ा दुख हुआ यार. दिस इज रियली व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग यू इज माय ग्रोथ. दिस वाज एट ब्रेकफास्ट इन द कैंटीन. तो मेरे को गाली बाली दे के चले गए, कश्मीरी इधर आया हिंदी मीडियम. आई वेंट टू द लाइब्रेरी. सारा दिन मैंने सिगमंड फ्रॉइड की थियरी ऑफ ड्रीम्स हिंदी में किताब थी, वो पढ़ी. और मैं रात को उसी साउंड रिकॉर्डिस्ट था वो, उसके कमरे में गया. एंड इफ ही इज लिसनिंग ही विल नो हु ही इज. ओके, आई प्रेस द बेल एंड आई सेड, शैल वी टॉक अबाउट हिज थियरी ऑफ ड्रीम्स एंड आई डोंट एग्री विद दिस. मैंने बोलना शुरू कर दिया. वो मुझे बोलता है, यू नो. आई सेड यस. तो व्हाई यू डिडंट से इन द मॉर्निंग. आई सेड बिकॉज यू आर रैगिंग मी सर. सो आई ओके कम इन, व्हाट डू यू थिंक. तो मैंने पूरा जो पढ़ा था झाड़ दिया. उसने मुझे कॉफ़ी पिलाई. आई हेट कॉफ़ी बट मैंने पी. That is how I grew up, Jassi. I knew nothing. Nothing, matlab, when I went to the film school, for me the greatest filmmakers were, and they are great, was Vijay Anand, K. Asif, Raj Kapoor, Guru Dutt. Because मुझे हिंदी फिल्में ही पता थी ना, मुझे इंग्लिश पता ही नहीं था. मेरा हफ्ते 10 दिन के बाद एक दिन मैंने 3 फिल्में देखी. And Renu Saluja was there then. यार सुबह देखी मैंने ब्रेथलेस, जॉन लुक गोडार्ड की. दोपहर को देखी सिटीजन केन, ऑर्सन वेल्स की. और उस रात की स्क्रीनिंग में था फेडरिको फेलिनी की 8.5। मेरी मतलब बिल्कुल फट गई। फिर मेरी आई हेट दाढ़ी ना, मुझे चुभती है बहुत। मेरे पास एक फैब इंडिया का गाउन था, मेरे बाप ने दिया था। वो गाउन पहना, सर दाढ़ी उग गई। वो जंगल में मैं नंगा घूमता था क्योंकि मेरे को समझ में आया यार मैं तो कश्मीर से अपने आप को इतनी तोप समझता हूँ, लाइक यू सेड इन दैट जोक, तोप, मुझे तोप समझते था मैं अपने आप को यार। I was the coolest guy in the college. My brother had a motorbike agency. I used to drive. At that time, I had a new girlfriend every 1 week. Every 2 weeks, I used to take girls on a motorbike ride. I was first class first. I topped the university. I'm a national scholar of India. अरे I'm like cool man. ऐसा था मैं। साला हालत खराब हो गई। नंगा घूमने लगा और सोचने लगा। फिर मैंने किसी को पूछा, How old was Orson Welles when he made it? उन्होंने कहा 23, 24 था, यंग था। एंड जॉन-लुक गोडार्ड वो भी यंग था। तो साहब वहां से पागल हो गया मैं कि यार ये सिनेमा है। देन वही जीरो से दैट वाज माय जीरो गोइंग बैक। एंड I was national scholar. I had topped. I was number 1. I mean, university topper. I got $250 from the government, but I knew economics. I didn't know. I knew philosophy. I had studied. So from there, I started growing. And that my growth from that point to where I am, it's been exactly that, Jesse. Yeah. Even now, when I say I don't know this, I really look at it. It's like I want to do a film on social media. I don't know social media. I am not on Insta, this thing, nothing. But this morning, I was studying what exactly is the movie about. Yeah. How do we do? So the idea is that none of us are born great filmmakers or great human beings or great anything. Yeah. You have look at yourself. And this I want to say on record. This kid came to me as a drone operator in Shikara. मतलब ये ऐसा करके ड्रोन चलाता था. I didn't even know who he is. His job was drone. I spotted in you a certain, let us say, a certain excellence is too strong a word, a certain quality of striving. So I said, yaar, tu Shikara diaries bana de. And there I saw, hey, this guy can edit. And then when 12th Fail came, he was my assistant editor. I want to put it in record since he's calling me consulting director now. They're bloody assistant editor. He started doing good work, yeah. So I said, यार ये assistant बहुत है। फिर मैंने इसको कहा एक दिन कि यार ते assistant ठीक, मैं तेरे को associate बना दूंगा editor. अच्छा सर, ओके सर। करता गया साला, अच्छा काम किया। फिर मैंने कहा यार ये गलत बात है। मैंने कहा अच्छा मैं editing title तेरे साथ share करूंगा। Edited by Vidhu Vinod Chopra, Jaskunwar Kohli, which I've never done in my life. Renu Saluja and me used to edit, but she was the editor, so credit was hers. But मैंने इसको दिया. By the time the movie released, and please check the credits is edited by Jaskunwar Kohli and Vidhu Vinod Chopra. A guy of making movie for 50 years, 72-year-old, 2 years, 25-30 साल का लौंडा, पहली एडिट किया पिक्चर और मेरे से ऊपर इसका नाम है. और बेस्ट एडिटिंग अवार्ड्स भी सब यही लेके आया. मेरा नाम पता नहीं लिया कि नहीं होगा. But the point is, look at your growth. Look at how you grow. And then now you are directing Zero Se Restart. I'm consulting suddenly, which is my future. I'm already looking, some young filmmakers who are making hit films will take me as consulting editor, director. I'll do a damn good job. But it's all because you're striving for excellence, Jesse. Yeah. This is what my whole life has been. Yeah. This is what this whole interview is all about. I hope the kids listen to what I'm saying. Yeah. So who was this guy? No one. I didn't even in Shikara, I hardly spoke to him. So it's important to constantly strive for excellence. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Done. We are done. Yeah, thank you very much. Talking to you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Great.
Thank you.